What's going on, everybody? Welcome to TB Sports 27. It is a TB Sports streaming bonanza with you guys here today. We just got done streaming some college football. That is going to be uploaded right here on YouTube in a number of days. Be on the lookout for that. We uploaded some Patreon content as well, so make sure you head over to Patreon and check that out. For those of you fans that are being stuck in the middle by a billionaire's battle between Disney and ABC and ESPN and YouTubeTV, TB Sports got you covered. We got college football that we streamed for you earlier. Now we're streaming some pro football, the RXFL. Two of the top teams in the league about to clash on Sunday night. It is Peyton Manning and the London Ghost Riders going up against Steve Young and the Tampa Bay Mutiny. Both teams coming in 11 wins for the Ghost Riders, 10 wins for the Tampa Bay Mutiny. These have both been playoff teams the last couple of seasons, and of course you guys know that the Tampa Bay or the London Ghost Riders were in the championship game last season against Jim Kelly and the St. Louis Rhinos. It is going to be a computer sim for you guys today, so you can watch two of the all-time greats, some Hall of Famers, duel and duke it out from London. It's Peyton Manning and the Ghost Riders against Steve Young and the Tampa Bay Mutiny. After this, we're going to look at all the scores from this week in the RXFL. We're going to look at the playoff scenarios, so make sure you guys are looking out for that because we're getting really, really close to the end of the season and playoff time here in the RXFL. And hopefully we can move to Madden 26 soon if they go on sale. But you know, you got greats, Evan Smith, everyone is out there. So hopefully we can give you a little bit of love while those of you that are stuck in this dispute between YouTube and ABC and ESPN where you can't see the games, we got you covered. So I just got done doing a full hour and a half of commentary with college football over on Twitch. So if you're not following us on Twitch, make sure you do over there. But this one is going to be a sim. Normally we play both sides of the ball, but I wanted to just give you guys something a little bit extra to watch here as we get through this RXFL season. This is your main event game, couple of 10-win teams going at it. Sunday Night Football, Ghost Riders and the Mutiny, Tampa Bay versus London, and what could be a championship preview. This is TB Sports, and this is the RXFL. Enjoy, guys.
Receivers in the game, you understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Christian Wilkins, the former Dolphin, in there to bring him down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Handoff here, up the middle, and you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. To the air is Manning. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down.
Personal
Big
foul.
call here. It was 3rd down. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Following the penalty, they'll run it. Now a loose football. The Bucs have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a
Previous play
replay.
is under review.
We might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand. down before the ball comes loose? And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. Throwing now, Manning. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there, and it's going to bring up fourth down. Harrison Butker now for the field goal. This a 44-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Mounties will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
To return, it's Antonio Gibson. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right to the air goes Young. Quickly to the outside and complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's second and 2. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. Out of the shotgun, Young. Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's a second and 9. Jones motioning here. On second down, Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try to set up the screen here. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. They'll take this down to the 43, a short pickup there. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. The tight end, Allen, in motion. Throwing on second down, Young. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. From the gun, it's Young. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have. On fourth down, here comes Jack Fox to kick it away.
Back deep, Xavier Worthy. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Mounties offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And the numbers will show he's been one of the top quarterbacks in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yards. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Manning. That's to Ferguson once again. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. On the play fake, here's Manning. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now a give on the ground. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3rd and 9. Back to throw is Manning. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So on 4th down, here's Corey Bojorquez to kick it away. This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He has been sensational all year long. The NFL's leader in passing yards. He just recently went over the 4,000-yard mark for the year. They motion the slot man left. On 1st and 10, here's Young. He's got his man, Carter. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. They send a receiver in motion left. A 2nd down throw for Young. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. 3-0 is our score. More from the International Series in London after this. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. To throw, Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Mounties offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Here's Manning. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Manning. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. The rookie, Latu, the UCLA man, in there to bring him down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he is right up there in touchdown passes, as you see on that graphic, currently 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season. Young to throw on 1st down. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Tight end going in motion here. On 2nd down, they run the counter. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Slot man in motion left. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now Young. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Mounties offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. Big strides. Look at him go. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Over the course of my career early on, there was a handful of guys that were downfield threats in the passing game, but they did a lot of stuff in the run game. They were really good extra pass protectors, and if you threw them the ball, they had very sure hands. But what we're seeing now is the ability to get deep and add layers into the secondary as a pass receiving threat, and not only do damage before they catch.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Bucks have it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The Buccaneers offense getting the... And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They go play action with Manning. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Mounties, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead. Big crowd on hand. They love American football. These games grow every year. The English crowd is ready, and off we go from Wembley. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. His drive will start on the ground, and he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back to London, England. After this, here's 2nd and 3 to go. Young. And that ball incomplete over the middle. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's Young to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
The extra point is good. And the Buccaneers move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. We are set for football in the NFL International Series. Great to be back in England, and off we go from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. The Mounties offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. To the air is Manning. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Now Manning. He'll go right and find his running back. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. A gain there of 10 yards. And that will be a first down. Manning. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing now, Manning. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Touchdown, Mounties. That gives him 14 touchdowns for the year.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Big crowd on hand. They love American football. These games grow every year. The English crowd is ready, and off we go from Wembley. Young to throw on 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and the big tight end momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the 2nd quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a 2nd game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. These two teams ready for the 2nd half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this 2nd half. Coming up. On the return, here comes Gibson. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Bucs offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Foye Oluokun with the play. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
I think what stands out here, Mike, is there's a lot of guys in the league with the ball in their hands. They have great straight line speed. But it's the footwork. It's the ability to make you miss. That's what stands out about this guy, and you can see here on the big game.
A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. But sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient. But at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Open man, left side, he's got it. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Jones motioning here. On first down is Young. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Out of the shotgun, Young. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
From the gun, it's Young. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up fourth down. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
On the return, it's the rookie Xavier Worthy. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense. And their running back set to go once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. To throw, it's Manning. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, second and a yard. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Back to throw is Manning. Back to the left side, he's got Ferguson. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down. Here's Manning. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again here, second and 10. Up the middle they go.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Looking to throw is Manning. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
You just have to have a better plan coming into the game when you're facing this sort of pass rush. You are not going to be able to sit there with long developing plays and pat the ball in the pocket. It has to be read 1, read 2, check down. Get the ball out of your hands. Protect your offensive lineman a little bit.
How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets him another 1st down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? That is caught. And he's in. Jake Ferguson. Touchdown Mounties.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
We are set for football in the NFL International Series. Great to be back in England, and off we go from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bucs offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Try to pick this one up on the ground. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punch it away. He's on to punch it for the 4th time tonight. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin here on the ground. He's able to get away from 1 man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Second and 11. They'll look to throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. It'll go down as an incompletion. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. The Mounties sending out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Here comes a return, and he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. And time again, Greg, the yards on the ground have been very difficult to come by.
Yeah, and it really goes against conventional wisdom, Mike. You hear so often everyone talk about you run the ball to open up the pass, and really that's not necessarily true. Oftentimes when you're having trouble on the ground, the best way to open things up underneath is by passing the ball, and that could be a variety of ways. Throwing it downfield, screen passes, swing passes. Just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and open things up.
That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
3rd and long. To throw, Young. They'll try to set up the screen here.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Oh, he had the distance, but it doinks off the upright. No good. And this will remain a 2-possession game.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. In this case, the upright sent it right back.
Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Manning going to throw to start the drive. Off he goes. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. 2nd and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Now a 3rd and 2. To the air is Manning. That's taken in by Conklin, the tight end.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Now Manning. He'll find his tight end Conklin. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Manning. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. It's 2nd down. Now a give up the middle. And he'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone. A pickup of 6. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
On 2nd down, Young gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. He'll go left side here and complete this one. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Young. Now he'll run it.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll go. Young. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. No easy completions. And this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Now a run on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20. Now the Bucks will take their...
All right, guys, TV Sports jumping back in with you here as we have just the final minute 15 to go. The Ghost Riders trying to run down the clock, looking like that they're going to be pulling off the win here. Tampa Bay, more of a defensive battle, I think, than we expected. You saw the numbers that between Peyton Manning and Steve Young, you were looking at 2 of the top 5 passers in the RXFL. Only 23 and 10 points, and definitely for any Tampa Bay fans, got to be disappointed. They're going to fall to 10-4, and they got the Memphis Maulers right on their tail. So again, at the end of this, we're going to sim past this week. We're going to look at the scores, and we're going to see where we are, which is the final 2 weeks to go. So this is your final shot for Tampa. If you can get a stop here, you got a shot, not a good one. They are going to stop the former Florida Gator, Emmitt Smith there, and they'll get the ball. Gosh, probably about 20 seconds to go, 15 seconds to go. They have to try to score twice.
The Mounties send out their punter.
And Ghost Riders punt this one away, so the Tampa Bay Mutiny, they're going to have about 20 seconds on the clock to try to score 2 scores with no timeouts. This would be one of the more improbable moments in pro football history, in RXFL history. Let's see what, and you know, it was a long trip for Tampa. That's the advantage London has when you got to play overseas here. That's a long trip from Tampa to London. Lots of time, and Young just floats that one out of bounds, and they lose about 5 seconds on that play. You got to go a lot quicker than that. You got to score twice. Again, no timeouts. Steve Young, clean pocket. It eventually falls apart, and that should be it. Yes, it is. The London Ghost Riders, who was in the league championship, formerly known as the London Bulldogs before they were sold to a big rich tycoon here in London who took over the team, rebranded them the Ghost Riders. The London Bulldogs, if you guys remember, Season 1, they had the roster, and everyone said that was going to be the team, Season 1. And then they ended up completely missing the playoffs, being awful. Season 2, they finally turned it around, got it together, made the championship, but they lost to the St. Louis Rhinos. And here in Season 3, they were the lone remaining undefeated team throughout the season. They have 3 losses now, but they are still looking like the tops of the tops here, as the Ghost Riders on Sunday night are going to pick up the win. As you can see, Peyton Manning. We'll look at the numbers real quick before we sim forward here. Again, this is our little treat to you guys. We have a college football stream coming up here on TB Sports. We already recorded that over on Twitch. We're going to be putting some stuff up on Patreon for you guys, for those of you that have been affected by the ESPN, ABC, Disney fight that you guys are unfortunately stuck in the middle of. TB Sports doing what we can to give you guys a little bit of the football action that you're not going to get to see while those guys are fighting out amongst themselves. So hopefully we gave you a little bit of something to watch here today between the RXFL game, between the Tennessee-Kentucky stream, and the Patreon stream that we did with you guys today. So we gave you we started streaming around noon, so gave you about 3 hours or so worth of stuff here to tune into. And of course, we got a whole library here on YouTube as well. So we're going to advance forward, and you're talking about that Memphis-Tampa Bay game. That's going to be even bigger next week. We're going to force an advance. We're going to look at the scores, and then we're going to pick out our 2 games of the week. We're going to see what the playoffs are shaping up as, and that's going to be a huge playoff matchup. We might have to see Tampa Bay one more time. We'll have to look and see. Let's see, any big news that we're looking out here. Future players coming into the draft. I don't know how much they'll get to play, because obviously our legends, this is the Legends League is the main focus here. We got Reisner out of Tokyo going on injured reserve. Walter Payton looks like his season, is done. Walter Payton of the Dublin Tigers out for the year. And the Firebirds, not the Thunderbirds, but the Firebirds, Aaron Rodgers might finally, for the first time ever, the Omaha Firebirds, 5 seasons in the RFL, the worst team every single year. The RXFL, they move out to Vegas for 2 years. Then Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley moves the LA Kiss to Vegas, so they move back to Omaha. So after 8 seasons of just being down in the dumps, it looks like finally they might be looking at a playoff situation here. So let's look at the scores. What we saw last week as we are getting down to it here in the RXFL. RXFL. So we had week 16. We had the Vancouver Vipers coming up with a loss. They lose to the Melbourne Hotshots. Yes, we have different nicknames because we want to customize the game as much as we can, even though Madden doesn't really give us that option. So the Vancouver Vipers taking the loss to the Melbourne Hotshots. We have the Portland Lumberjacks sneaking out with the win over the Austin Armadillos. That's a good battle between Mike Vick and Prime Russell Wilson, not the Russell Wilson we've seen in the last couple of years. The Honolulu Thunder getting the win over the Tokyo Kaiju, 28-19. We'll look at the standings in a minute, but that international division in the Red League is about as bad as you can get. The Dirty Birds with the 3-point win over the Dublin Tigers. Atlanta, we're hearing some rumors. There could be some sales going on. The Dirty Birds might be not long for Atlanta. Rumors going into next season as my laundry's getting done here. So I've got to take off. We have the Canton Crusaders, a blowout win over the league champions 2 years ago. Lamar Jackson, the Toronto Huskies, they have fallen on hard times, if you will, since winning that first RXFL championship. The Battle of Chicago, the Chicago Wolverines and the Chicago Evil. The Evil, a 1-point win over the Wolverines. That's a bit of an upset there because the Wolverines, going back to the days in Ann Arbor, that's the legacy team. But Dan Marino and the Chicago Evil get the win over the Chicago Wolverines. The Oklahoma City Bandits, they're going to get the win over the San Antonio Dragons, 24-14. And that was one that we streamed for you earlier. Check it out in the archives on YouTube. The Sacramento Rumble getting the win over Patrick Mahomes and the Brooklyn Nightmare. Mahomes nearly pulling off the comeback, but it was the tackle at the goal line. Patrick Mahomes unable to tie the game up. An incredible battle, but the Rumble get the win there. The London Monarchs, big win, 45-21 over the Paris Legionnaires. We had the Memphis Maulers blowing out the Oakland Enforcers 42-10. The Salt Lake City Fury defeating the Denver Horsemen led by Brett Favre. Brett Favre's been in a lot of MVP talks. We have not seen them here on the channel because they've just not been winning games. And I was hoping that maybe next week we can see them in action, but with this loss, that might end their playoff hopes. We will have to see. The St. Louis Rhinos win a defensive battle over the San Diego Killer Whales. That is a bit of a throwback to one of our league championship games with the Rhinos and the Killer Whales in a previous administration there. The Las Vegas Kiss 25-19 win over the Mexico City Golden Eagles. The Columbus Aviators, hey, the UFL stole this name from Madden. There's going to be a real-life Aviators, but the Columbus Aviators defeat the San Francisco Eclipse. That was the game we just saw. And then in your Monday Night Football, that's actually a huge blowout there. The Orlando Wizards are going to get the win over the Omaha Firebirds. So let's see the playoff picture. We will also look at the standings. So you're seeing your first round buys are your London, and you see that's how big that win was that London had over Tampa. That puts London as the 1 seed, still gives them the nod for that first round bye. Tampa, they would have to host the other London squad, the London Monarchs. Of course, you got the St. Louis Rhinos, the defending league champions, looking like they may match up with the Omaha Firebirds and the Sacramento Rumble and the Memphis Maulers. But that's how big this upcoming game with Memphis and Tampa is, because if Memphis wins, then they're going to host a first-round game. Tampa potentially have to go on the road cross-country to Sacramento. On the red side, you have the Columbus Aviators. So finally, Joe Montana, after a first 2 great years with the Salt Lake City Fury, winning the inaugural league championship, then 3 terrible years with Salt Lake City, came here to Columbus, and finally looking like after that initial run that they may be able to get this thing back on track with a first round bye. Speaking of the Salt Lake City Fury, they're having one of their best years in a long time after winning the inaugural league championship, looking like they may host the Brooklyn Nightmare. Then you got a championship runner-up in Season 4 in the Oklahoma City Bandits, who may be hosting the Austin Armadillos, and the Vancouver Vipers, looking at a team that's always in the playoffs in the Portland Lumberjacks. So we'll look at the standings now, as we'll go division by division, and then we'll figure out what games we're going to be looking at. We'll also look at some stats. We'll look at what games you guys want to see as our part 2 game of the week. So we clinched some playoff teams. It's official. Looks like the Ghost Riders, the Aviators, the Fury, and the Lumberjacks have clinched their playoff spots. So let's look in the Red North. And we're talking about the International Division, how rough that was looking. Somebody with a pretty bad record is going to be getting in. You look at the 19th, 24, 26, and 31 ranked team. Vancouver Vipers sitting up top, but you got the Honolulu Thunder close behind, as well as the Hot Shots, who are right there. Tokyo had a shot. They started off like 0-6, 0-7, and the Tokyo Kaiju tried to make a run at it with Kurt Warner, previously of the Tennessee Oilers, but looking like their time is going to be done. In the Red South, the Oklahoma City Bandits are up top, but they got the Austin Armadillos right behind. And for the Mexico City Golden Eagles, good the last 2 years, not looking good this year. And the San Antonio Dragons sitting there at 4-11, who played in the league championship game 2 separate times the last couple of years. In the East, running away with it, it's the Aviators, and then Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson trying to battle for one of those final 2 spots. The Canton Crusaders on the outside looking in at 4-11. And in the West, there you see the Fury and the Lumberjacks clinching, and it's going to be an uphill battle for the Las Vegas Kiss and MVP candidate Brett Favre and the Denver Horsemen to try to make the postseason. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. And we go to the blue side. It's the North. The Omaha Firebirds and the St. Louis Rhinos battling for a playoff spot, as well as the Chicago Wolverines. The Evil as well, they're hoping at 6-9. It's not looking likely, though, that below 500 is going to be tough, as the blue side a lot tougher than the red side. Battle for first place. We might have to look at this one. I'm trying to give you guys some variety, but we might have to see Tampa and Memphis one more time, because that's going to be a big battle for first place. Dirty Birds looking like they're going to be missing another playoffs, and that's why the team's looking to be sold. Tom Brady of the Atlanta Dirty Birds, 3 years, 3 playoff misses would be a record there, and that's why we were saying it was a big upset when the Wizards took down the Firebirds. They were terrible 2 years ago, had a playoff run last year, back to being terrible. In the East, the clinching, the Ghost Riders at 12-3, they are in. The Monarchs are trying to fend off the Dublin Tigers and the Paris Legionnaires. That's your European division there. And finally, in the West, it's all wide open here, as you have the Sacramento Rumble at 8-7, the San Diego Killer Whales at 8-7, the Oakland Enforcers still in the mix at 7-8, and the Eclipse, who made it to the league championship last season, but coming up with a 4-11 record. So let's look at stats real quick, and then we will figure out what games we want to look at. So look at the right side of the screen. Top performers: Russell Wilson, Steve Young, Johnny Unitas, Barry Sanders rushing wise, tearing things up with Chicago. Breece Hall right behind Derrick Henry. You got Paul Warfield, Puka Nacua, Steve Largent up in some pretty nice numbers there. Gino Marchetti with 17 sacks. Lawrence Taylor, 17 sacks. My goodness. Then you got Stephon Gilmore, 8 interceptions. Justin Simmons, 5 interceptions. You can see Jeremiah Trotter, Luke Kuechly, London Fletcher. So let's look at what games we want to see going into next week. We got the Battle of London for the London Monarchs. You know, that's one that they need to have a must-win. Tampa Bay and Memphis looking like a hot battle. Actually, St. Louis and Omaha, that might be your other hot battle. Let's look at it, because that's division supremacy right there between Omaha and St. Louis, so we might have to do the 2 division games. I will say this, Denver and Vancouver, though, is interesting, because they're fighting for their playoff lives, both of those teams, as are Austin and Honolulu. They're both fighting for their playoff lives. We're looking at other games here. Brooklyn and Toronto also fighting for their playoff lives. Oklahoma City and Dublin as well. Sacramento and Oakland. Man, a lot of games where teams are fighting for their playoffs, as well as San Diego and Chicago. So we got 1, 2, 3, we got like 6, 7 games of teams fighting for the playoffs. What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see the 2 division leads on the line between 4 playoff teams, or do you want to see some games between some teams we haven't seen in a while fighting for their playoff lives? Originally, I was thinking we give you the division games. Let me know in the comments. I can certainly switch it up, but now I'm leaning towards teams that are fighting for their playoff lives that we haven't seen yet that could be a little more interesting. Yes, the division title games would be interesting as well, but they're all guaranteed to make the playoffs. So I'm leaning right now towards the Vancouver and Denver game, because those are 2 teams. Vancouver, their division leader, trying to win it. Denver trying to get in the postseason. Leaning towards that. Honolulu and Austin is interesting. Sacramento and Oakland, also interesting. The Killer Whales in Chicago. Dublin. I think for the sake of teams that we haven't seen before, Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes would be interesting too, with Toronto and Brooklyn, Dublin and Oklahoma City. Those are 4 playoff games right there. Chicago, San Diego, Sacramento, Oakland, Dublin, Oklahoma City, Toronto, Brooklyn. All of those 4 games are teams fighting for their playoff hopes. The other 2 are the division games between Tampa and Memphis, St. Louis and Omaha, London as well. So a lot of teams trying to fight for the playoffs. I'd say Atlanta and Paris as well at 8-8, but they're kind of down out of it. So let's look at Honolulu and Austin one more time, because I might lean towards 2 of those games just for the sake of we haven't seen a lot of those teams, and with the playoffs, you can see that's how big Honolulu is. They're only 2 games back, so if the Vipers lose and the Honolulu Thunder win the last 2 weeks, they can get into the postseason. So that's a big one there. In the West, you can see, well, let's look at the entire AFC. There's still a shot here for Denver. You know, you got your division games here, but if Austin loses, which we would do the Austin game, and Denver wins, then Denver would all of a sudden be in the mix. I think that's what we're going to lean towards. We have a lot of, you guys let me know. Do you want to see some additional streams? Maybe I can do it, throw it up on Patreon for you guys. But right now, as far as the sake of the playoffs, I think we're looking at Honolulu, Austin, and Denver, Vancouver. So that would be the first time you guys would get to see Denver and Honolulu in the RXFL play it out. Denver fighting for a wild card spot. Vancouver and Honolulu battling it out for a division lead. Austin as well, battling for a playoff spot, but then you got other playoff games over there. San Diego, Chicago, Oakland, Sacramento, Oklahoma City, Dublin, Toronto, Brooklyn, all fighting for the playoffs. And then 2 games for the division titles, St. Louis and Omaha, and Tampa Bay and Memphis. Those are huge games, but those are also playoff teams. So I feel like they're going to be there anyway. I feel like getting into the playoff hunt, seeing a Vancouver, Denver, Austin, and Honolulu battling for that final spot would kind of be a lot more interesting, knowing that we're going to get to see those other teams down the line. Let me know in the comments, but if I don't hear from you guys, I'm going Vancouver, Denver, Austin, Honolulu as your 2 games of the week, going into the penultimate week in the RXFL season number 3. Thank you guys for tuning in here all day, TB Sports streaming with you. Well, we gave you a little bit of reprieve from the Disney Hulu fight, or Disney YouTube fight that's been going on. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time in the RXFL as the playoffs are heating up.